It's time for a refresher course. You longtime viewers will enjoy it. You new viewers may find it enlightening. It's kind of a fancy word for our show. I don't know if enlightening is exactly the way I would put it, but you're going to find it revealing because we use terms, I use terms that everyone doesn't use. Frankly, many of the things we talk about on the show are unique to our show. We realize that. I have a little different way of looking at things. And I think explaining now and then what we're talking about is helpful to everybody, including myself. There is one term that we use a lot on this show, the system. Because everyone at this point in time knows what the deep state is, right? Deep state this and deep state that, and people have their own version of the deep state. But I have always maintained, and I still do to this day, the deep state, calling it a deep state, not that it's bad, you're underselling exactly what it means. Because when you think about something like the deep state, here's what you think about. This is human nature. You think about state employees. And don't get me wrong, it's a big problem, but you think about the IRS, FBI, DOJ, CIA, NSA, all these state groups, these government groups working together against you and against elected officials you like. And that's what comes to mind when you think about deep state, the swamp, Washington, D.C., right? But the truth is, it's so much bigger and more nefarious than that. If it was only the deep state, it would be a problem, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. The problem is it's much more than a deep state. The problem is it's a system. That's why I call it the system. You can think of it as, well, the thing that really controls everything in our culture now. Now, what is it? Who are these people? Name names. Give me some details. I'm going to give you an example of it in just a second. Just to set it up, I want to make sure that I re-emphasize this. Equality is a lie. It's something that has been used to usher in equity and communism in this country. But this is something, and this is going to come into play in a moment, equality. We're all equal. No, we're not. None of us are equal. That's a lie. Oh, soul's equal in the eyes of God, maybe, but you're not equal to me. I'm not equal to you. We're made different flaws, different skills, made for different purposes. I'm not equal to the guy on the sidewalk. You're not equal to this. Equality is something that doesn't exist. And here's something else that's true, and people find this hard to accept because we all like to imagine ourselves as being important, right? I'm no different. I want to be important. I have a TV show. I have a radio show. I'm important. Not really. Not really. We have different levels of importance when it comes to the direction of society. We're not all equal. That's ridiculous. If you are a teacher, maybe you're a school teacher. We have a bunch of teachers. Believe it or not, there are a bunch of anti-communist teachers out there. We have a bunch of teachers that listen to the show. You have an important job, of course. Guiding young minds, it's a very important job. You're going to have some influence as a teacher in what the future of the country looks like. Are you Lord High Commander? Of course not. But every year, 20, 30 kids come into your classroom and they're given guidance by you for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours a day. They're younger, even longer. Okay, so you have a level of importance. Let's call it here. Well, if you're in construction, that's how I grew up. Construction guy. I'm a construction guy. My dad was, his dad was. And that's a great job, great living, good hard work, keep you alive longer, good exercise. I'm glad you're doing it. We need construction guys, but you're not where the teacher is as far as importance goes, as far as influencing the culture. Now, what you do matters. Matters for you, your family, your paycheck. It matters to build the world around us, but as far as influences the society goes, the teacher is above you. Different people have different levels of influence. So let's talk about what the system is. The system is this. Cultures, all of them, whether it be a nation, America, a big nation, 300 million people, or whether it's a tiny tribe of 100 people out in the Australian outback, cultures have pillars on which the culture itself rests. The most important thing. What's most important in a society? Is your local book club important to society? Not really. Is the religion of the society? Yes, very. That's one of your cultural pillars, religion. Media, how information is shared about things. Education, hugely important pillar. Business, the business part of your society, hugely important. The government, huge. These are the big pillars that hold up every society, the most important things. Everything isn't equal. The problem we have in America, the problem we have in the system is our most important pillars have all been taken over and governed now by the same cultural Marxist ideology. They all now, instead of serving as a check on each other, now they're all working together at all times, and they're always working against you. You see, the deep state is simply one of those pillars. Very, very important, don't get me wrong, but it wouldn't be the end of the world if the other pillars were keeping it in check, but they're not. You see, the deep state, they work right with the media. They work right with social media now. They work right with various other pillars, always against you.